Okay, this question right here, touching on batch processing, I'm going to do a whole video just on that one. She says maybe for watermarks or cropping for printing. So the way that I like to batch process in Photoshop, if I'm going to, is using droplets. Droplets are really awesome. So I'm going to show you the whole process. It's a little bit long, but it'll work. So the first thing I'm going to do is just grab a photo so I can create an action. Open it up in Photoshop. So for droplets to work, you have to have an action. So I'm going to pretend that I want to make photos that will work for my blog, and I want to resize them and put a watermark on them, and I want to do a bunch at once. So I'm going to, first I've gone out of button mode so I can make a new action, and then I'm going to call this action blog resize and record it. So I mean, you can do the settings a little bit different from this. This is just an example. So I go to image size, and maybe my blog will go 900 pixels wide and I want them to go that wide. So I just type in that and say OK. And then I want to put a watermark on. So I'll pick text and I'm going to type my website and move it right in the middle of the photo. I don't normally like to have watermarks across the middle, but I'm just showing you what you could do. And then I want the opacity to be really low, especially since it's through the middle. And then I'm flattening. It's going to tell this action to do all of that. And saving as. And then I'm going to create a folder called blog resize, just so I know right where everything is going. And then I'll save it there and say OK and stop the action. So you could do this actually with any action that you wanted to. Resizing photos in a batch process is just a normal thing and something you probably will want to do a lot. So I just did it that way. And then once we've created the action, we've got this action called blog resize. I'm going to go into File, Automate, Create Droplet, and so it just pulls up this dialog box, and you're going to go through. The action is in Mindy's set. It's called blog resize. Since I just made that, that's the one that's highlighted and that came up, but you could go through here and pick any action. You could pick a set and then pick any action in that to automate for your batch processing. I don't do a lot of batch processing for other things besides resizing, just because I like to look at each photo and edit that photo exactly how it needs to be. Not every photo will, we've learned that not every photo takes an action the same. So I usually just use droplets for resizing and things like that. And then we're going to choose a folder for the destination, and we made that photo, or that folder here, that blog resize. I'm going to choose that, and so that's the folder that they're going to go into, and I say OK. So this is where the fun starts. I'm just going to close up Photoshop, and so you'll go into your files wherever they are and say I wanted to put these 8 photos onto my blog. I just drag them right to the resized droplet. I saved it on my desktop. You could save this resized droplet anywhere that you wanted to. And then watch what happens. It's going to open Photoshop for us, and it automatically goes through all of those photos. It's resizing them, putting the watermark on, and saving them. And it's done. So I'm going to go into, just to show you, there they all are, ready for your blog and resized. Let me know if you have any questions.